betrayal, ambition, and a tragic end. This is the story of Absalom, the son of King David, who rose up against his father in a desperate bid for power. Absalom's Rebellion, recorded in Samuel 15-18, is one of the most dramatic and heart-wrenching stories in the Bible. But what drove him to such lengths? Today, we'll dive deep into this tale of family strife, political intrigue, and the ultimate consequences of unchecked ambition. From unresolved family tragedies to his own burning ambition, Absalom's Rebellion is a story of a prince who sought the throne but lost everything. Let's unravel this dramatic chapter in Israel's history. Absalom's rebellion didn't happen overnight. It began with a family tragedy. Absalom's sister, Tamar, was violated by their half-brother, Amnon. Devastated and humiliated, Tamar turned to Absalom for support. Furious and vengeful, Absalom waited for justice. But King David, caught between his sons, failed to act decisively. After 2 years, Absalom took matters into his own hands, luring Amnon to a feast and having him killed. Though David mourned for Amnon, he couldn't bring himself to confront Absalom, who fled into exile for 3 years. Eventually, David allowed Absalom to return to Jerusalem, but their relationship remained strained. Absalom lived for 2 years in the city without ever seeing his father. This deepened his resentment, feeding the flames of rebellion. To Absalom, David's inaction was not only a failure as a father, but as a king. Absalom's frustration boiled over. He set Joab's fields on fire to force a meeting with the king. Though they reconciled publicly, the wounds ran deep, and Absalom began plotting his rise to power. Absalom's charm became his greatest weapon. He stationed himself at the city gates, where he listened to grievances and promised justice. "If only I were judge in the land," he would say, winning the hearts of the people. Over time, he positioned himself as the alternative to David's leadership. When the time was right, Absalom declared himself king in Hebron, the very city where David had once been crowned. With a growing army and the support of influential figures like Ahithophel, Absalom launched his rebellion against his father. Heartbroken but strategic, David chose to flee Jerusalem rather than risk bloodshed in the city. Loyal allies, including the priest Zadok and Abiathar, and the cunning Hushai, joined him. David left behind spies and informants to monitor Absalom's moves. In Absalom's court, Hushai infiltrated as a double agent. When Ahithophel, Absalom's advisor, proposed a swift attack on David, Hushai cleverly suggested a delay, appealing to Absalom's pride. This gave David precious time to regroup and prepare his forces. The decisive battle took place in the forest of Ephraim. The tension in the forest of Ephraim was palpable. The battle between King David's forces and Absalom's army had turned chaotic, with the dense woods proving as dangerous as the enemy's swords. Soldiers stumbled through thickets, visibility was limited, and the cries of the wounded echoed eerily through the trees. David's experienced warriors, led by Joab, clashed with Absalom's forces. The dense forest became an unexpected ally for David's army, scattering Absalom's troops and leading to heavy losses. As Absalom fled on his mule, his iconic hair became entangled in the branches of a tree, leaving him helpless. Joab, David's ruthless general ant, was already searching for Absalom. When Joab stumbled upon the trapped prince, Absalom, once the proud and defiant leader, now hanging powerless and exposed. Joab, defying David's orders to spare Absalom, struck him down, ending the rebellion. When David received the news, his grief was overwhelming. He cried out, "Oh, my son Absalom! My son, my son, would I had died instead of you." The rebellion was over, but the cost was devastating. Absalom's story is a tragedy born out of family wounds, ambition, and the consequences of unresolved conflict. It's a story that resonates deeply, reminding us of the fragility of trust, the dangers of unchecked pride, and the devastating impact of betrayal. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible stories from history and scripture.